That's why I hated Downside.
I told you not to go see that movie.
Try telling him.
Oh, hey, you guys. Happy New Year! It's our first show of 2018. We're talking about all the movies that aren't Star Wars that we saw over the holidays. Do you see something?
Yeah, I went to go see Coco with my family again because we loved it so much.
How about you, Kelly?
Molly's Game, I've already seen it twice, and you can't go, it's an Aaron Sorkin film. I mean, come on, Jessica Chastain, poker, celebrities, right up my alley.
Brian, did you see something?
I got to see Lady Bird again, and it is an amazing film. It's a love letter to Sacramento. Who would have known? It's such a great film. It's going to win an Oscar this year.
I agree. It's going to be nominated, probably go on for some wins. Giving it a run for its money, a movie I saw, The Shape of Water. Have you seen this yet? Super freaky. It's a love story involving a fish. Yeah, more like, yeah, it's like Free Willy meets Beauty and the Beast. I sat down with two of its biggest stars, Richard Jenkins, Oscar Academy Award winner, and Doug Jones, the guy that plays the aforementioned fish, to talk about how he goes to the bathroom in that suit.
I had a front flap. I did not have a back flap, so I had to take care of things ahead of time. This is a young man's game, and I am 57 now, I'll tell you what. But I had webbed fingers on, webbed gloves on, so I couldn't really do much even to get to the front flap. So at lunchtime, they would unglue one of my hands, and I was able to use to function as a human for a minute. Before going back into my glove again.
You could have gone many different directions with that.
Absolutely.
I know that was a super weird question, and the movie, for that matter, sounds super weird, but I think you're going to dig it. Shape of Water now playing in theaters everywhere, and I don't think that was inappropriate. It's a full-on latex suit he wears for the whole movie. I wanted to know how he goes to the bathroom in that suit.
Wait. So how do you go to the bathroom in that suit?
I'm doing that right now, but I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we'll start Extra Butter. Go to the bathroom in the suit. All right, well, this brings me to my San Francisco connection. San Francisco connection into the Star Wars universe is Industrial Light and Magic. George Lucas launched it from right there, and that's where I caught up with Alden Ehrenreich to talk about it. Take a look.
That's crazy.
Talk about the day. What was going through your mind the day that you screen tested with a Wookiee next to you? As I point to Darth Vader, but I'm saying the height is appropriate.
He's a lot taller than I would have thought, and you see that in the movies, but when you get there, it was lunchtime, and I was kind of jet lagged, and then he showed up, and it was just, that was where it got really surreal. And I had to learn to do Shriwook for my audition, you know, his language. They're like, that thing. Yeah.
God, did you, come on, break up another set. Give me a little more.
Yeah.
Now, are you so deeply embedded that you know what you just said?
No, I can't say that.
Okay.
But we did in the movie work out what sounds meant what and figured out the whole language.
All right, it would be a great honor if I did Wookiee speak with you. Just pretend like we're having a conversation.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's kind of like a dry gargle, which is weird.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. As a kid, did you have Star Wars toys?
I had a green lightsaber. I had all the action figures. I had like a little thing of the where Luke and Darth have the fight. Yeah, I had all the toys.
If only they made merchandise with you.
I know. It's a shame they're not doing any for this.
Some overachieving journalist happened to pick one up on his way over to talk to you. How weird is that to be walking through a store? Like, you're just going to get toothpaste. You walk through a store and you're staring back at you on the shelf.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Last night I was watching TV at the hotel, and there was a commercial for like cereal boxes of it, and that's where I was like, oh, this is really like, you know, when I was a kid and I'd see some, you know, superhero movie or something with that. So, yeah.
Do you own a U?
My mom has one for my nieces and nephews, yeah, but we got to get more of those, actually.
Well, I know they're probably, maybe you know someone, maybe you don't, but I would like to present you
thank you.
with you.
Wow, this is really my first one, so I appreciate it. Wow.
I promised I wasn't going to cry. May the Fourth be with you.
Thank you.
This journey is well deserved.
Thank you very much.
I've interviewed you several times. You are one of the kindest people on the planet.
Thank you so much.
And forever.
Thanks very much.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks,
see you later.
All right. A lot of pressure on that guy, but may the Fourth be with you, Alden. I think you can do this solo.
There's a lot of pressure on not only him, but Ron Howard too.
As a fan, when we heard all the turmoil, but when we heard Ron Howard was coming to the rescue,
You're like, woo.
yes, let's go.
If you watch movies like Rush, he handles the action extremely well, but also he gets deep into characters and also makes them likable. Look at the movie Splash. Every single character, even the mermaid, likable.
I haven't thought about the movie Splash in a long time. I forgot how much I liked that movie.
That's
You make a really good point.
Yeah.
If you can root for the mermaid, you'll root for the Wookiee.
Yes. Do your
mermaid
Wookiee
sounds?
impression. Do it.
Mermaid sounds. That's
all I got.
About the same.
I wonder if Chewbacca sounds different because he might be like, we don't know how Wookiees age. He might be like an adolescent in this. His Wookiee voice might be cracking.
That's a good point. Kind of like Groot. You know, we get the different variations of his age.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want a Wookiee with attitude.
That's true. That's
Wookiee
true.
with attitude. That was one of my favorite albums.
Like a puppy Wookiee would be cool, right?
Ah, puppy Wookiee.
Can I have one?
Better
Yes,
than
of
that,
course.
you need to create the puppy Wookiee calendar.
Let's
Start
do it.
merchandising.
Let's
You
do
need
it.
it.
Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
We'll end on that note. Have a May the 4th be with you special, positive, good side of the Force weekend. And we'll be back next weekend with more Extra Butter. Thanks for hanging out. And welcome back. It is Extra Butter. If you're just tuning in now, someone new at the table, sir, introduce yourself.
Comedian Steph Sanders.
As usual, poet extraordinaire Kelly Savannah Deaton and makeup extraordinaire YouTube artist Maria Gloria. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Marcus Allen, and I geek out about stuff like this. Anybody else double my geekdom here at the table?
For Tom Hardy, hell
Quadruple?
For comic books, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so which is it? Is it comic books or your love and lust of Tom Hardy?
Both.
Comic
books,
books.
of
I'm gonna
course.
miss like
Both.
All right, so for people who know nothing of Venom, what do we get with Venom?
Venom is the superhero from Spider-Man. Now he has his own movie, own collection of movies after this, as far as I'm concerned.
That's all you gotta say right there.
Perfect, yeah. And I was surprised at Tom Hardy's range. Because you think superhero movies, sometimes you don't get a lot of
Right.
But Tom Hardy shocked me in this role
Yes.
because he's playing two characters the entire movie, just like he did in Legend. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at his performance, quite frankly.
So when you talk about his range, and he brings humor to this movie, so let's just say you were gonna sit down with Tom Hardy, how would you explain that to him?
Not the way that I think you're going to in this clip.
I had what might be the worst celebrity interview ever. Can I explain just a little bit?
Yes,
Yes.
All right,
send
what
it.
would you do? I want to tell him that he's funny in this movie, and we don't normally expect humor from him. How do you phrase that? How do you frame it?
Very delicately.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Tom,
Yeah.
I noticed you were kind of different in this movie in a great way.
Mark, I mean, I think you were just handed a real tough cookie, so.
Yeah, it didn't go well. Take a look. Your director's leaning on you to bring some comedic moments that we haven't exactly seen you do before.
You mean I'm not funny?
I think you're extremely funny. I just haven't seen it on camera often.
Cool. Thanks for that, bud.
That's it. All right.
Oh, we laughed.
Well, you know, you laid it out there, so I'll go ahead and say this.
You're not funny.
You are very funny.
Thank
but
you.
Just know when you're trying to be.
All right, bud.
I've never seen you in movies be funny.
Oh, thanks.
No, I mean, your characters aren't funny.
That's okay, buddy. That's cool. Each to their
This
own.
is like the opposite of that Joe Pesci Goodfellas scene.
Yeah.
You're not funny. You mean I'm not here to amuse you? It's bizarre.
I've interviewed, like I said, I've interviewed pretty much every A-list actor, every Academy Award
You don't
winner.
have
The
to
last.
show off about it, man.
I'm not dropping names. I'm not.
Jesus
Back
Christ.
in your box.
Whoa, so you dropped something there,
We've
mate.
met a few people
Oh, yeah,
ourselves,
what's
you know what I
Denzel
mean?
like? Oh,
Got
yeah.
our
There's a point.
Calm
bloody
down.
rodeo geese.
Jesus.
None
We're in
have
Hollywood
We
now,
may
aren't
not
we,
be
guys?
from here, right?
Just got here from London.
We
It's all
do
changed.
know what goes
I'm
on
just
here.
building
up. Yeah, that's
Okay,
right, chill.
just building up the old press release.
No, I'm just saying that in all of that, only two intimidate me as much as you.
Who?
Tommy Lee Jones is the other guy, and you.
Legitimate.
I always I wet my pants walking in the room for fear of talking to you.
You're sitting on your phone, bro, so be careful.
you might
Because
electrocute-
those phones are not
it's
waterproof
water
at all.
resistant.
Gonads.
Let's have a look at that.
It's
Have we got a towel?
That's,
Something?
don't make
Anyway.
your
Christ.
problems my problems. Okay.
So,
You're amongst friends here.
okay.
Yeah, it's all
And
right.
I'm funny.
Have you
sometimes.
seen the movie yet?
Yeah,
Either
admit
of
that
you.
he's funny. And we
Yeah,
can
and
move
then
on.
we can move past it.
We're past it. You're funny. You're funny.
Good, thank you.
Have you
Thank
seen the
you.
finished product yet?
No.
Okay. You're going to love it. I want to
Is it
see.
No,
funny?
we have seen it. Really. We have seen it. Yeah, it's
Michelle Williams hadn't seen
should.
it.
Oh,
She had
really?
questions for me.
Is she funny?
She's funny when she needs to be.
Okay.
good. He's very diplomatic about this
Yeah,
now.
that needs to be bit.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, suddenly
telling.
now I get the big this.
Good to
Guys,
see
Oh,
you,
now,
man.
and now you're just leaving.
Good to see
Okay,
you.
brilliant. Thanks
Good
for
to see you,
that goes
man.
down. My
Thanks.
apologies.
Mark, I saw you physically shrinking in your chair.
I was. And my voice was going a little bit higher. I just, what? You know, normally they look off. Here's a sign something's going wrong in an interview. The star looks off to the side, and that's where they're looking at their publicist saying, "Get me the hell out of here. What's this about, right?" Well, in this one, I'm looking off the side, hoping they're public.
You're like,
Do I have a publicist?
minutes left? How many
Attacking me.
minutes
Won't you
left?
back this up? Hey guys, welcome back to Extra Butter. We're about to wrap things up. Don't forget, you can follow us, get all kinds of extras. Watch us on YouTube, Extra Butter TV, all kinds of extras. Hit like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yes.
It's Kelly Savannah Deaton, the world famous Mikey Winfield, and YouTube star herself, Gloria Maria.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
favorite movies of the summer, first and second.
Deadpool 2,
Yep.
because of Daddy Reynolds,
Yep.
and the Avengers Infinity War because of Chris Pratt.
All
Nice,
right,
nice.
Mikey.
You know what? Happy Time Murders and Happy Time Murders.
That is good.
Someone's got to defend it.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
Jurassic World, because dinosaurs and Chris Pratt,
Right.
and Sicario 2, Josh Brolin, hello people, and
Right.
Benicio del Toro.
All right, I'm going to have to jump in. Number 2 position is going to be Deadpool, and number 1 position probably Mission Impossible because...
Tom Cruise.
No, because of
No.
the scenery.
I do not have a crush on Tom Cruise.
Okay.
But I do like the fact that he does his own stunts and taught me to do one. Take a look.
But we're like tied on your face, and you're not doing it to tell the press that you did your own stunts. You're doing it to make a better movie. But how do you act when you know your life is at stake?
You know, that's the trick also. It's interesting because when you're doing it, whether I'm driving a motorcycle or a car or flying a helicopter, you know, a lot of times I'm having to set the frame myself if I'm coming up to a camera, and it is acting. It's just, you got to just be in the moment, be in performance, but also have enough control of the vehicle or my body to be able to do both.
Let's do it! All right! Careful on the wing, camera 2! 3, 2, 1, go! We're really doing it! Oh my God! Take my shaky cam. Here's my camera guy's steady cam at 7,000 feet. Check out the rotation that occurs with one slight arm adjustment. Look how he maintains a 5-foot distance as we fall 130 miles an hour at 6,000 feet. My cheeks are getting really stretched out. Yeah, so that's how I'm going to remember.
I want to do an impression of you real quick.
Okay.
Mike, hold it.
Okay. Wait, is that skydiving? You're hanging out with Tom Cruise.
Wait, what kind of impression was that? That
I'm
reminded
not
me of
sure what
something
that
else.
was.
I'm gonna let them figure that one out.
Yeah, I'm going to DVR back and see if I look exactly like that. All right, so we're going to hold more because the summer is not completely over. In a couple weeks, we'll have our summer of 2018 recap. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out with us. Have an awesome time.
Yeah.
Popcorn?
Back to you guys.